Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to do your March 2016 general readings. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week with an additional card as your overall theme and general feeling of the month. As I always say, these are general readings, so if you don't relate to them at all, I suggest you check your rising and your moon sign as well, which you should do every month anyway. I always do, because some months your primary may not relate to it all, but your rising or your moon sign may hit it right on the head. So it's always best to check all 3 of your signs if you know them. I thank you for your patience for the earth signs in waiting for your March general readings. I just got over a really bad case of the flu, and it kind of interrupted my getting all of the signs out on time, so I appreciate your patience. I thank you to those of you who continue to reach out to me for personal readings. It's always an honor and a pleasure to read for you, so thank you for allowing me to do that. And thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so thank you very much for your loyalty and your dedication. Please keep the comments coming both on my YouTube channel and through email. I do appreciate them so very much, and I look forward to reading them. I don't always have the time to respond personally, although I do try, but I do enjoy reading them, so thank you for that. And for those of you who are interested in personal readings, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and you can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, so I work pretty hard to try and accommodate your schedule. So this reading is for Taurus for March 2016. Taurus, March 2016. What does the month of March hold for our bulls? Taurus. Loyal, dedicated, grounded, earthy Taurus. March 2016. Okay. We begin with the Fool card, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, followed by the Star card, the Three of Cups, followed by the World card, and the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Cups in reverse. And as your overall theme, your crowning card, general feeling for the reading, the card from the bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. A lot of major arcana cards, Taurus. You had quite a few last month too. Extraordinary amount of major arcana cards. Let's just take a look. Looks like some pretty beautiful, tangible new beginnings in your tangible earthly environment, Taurus. We begin with the Fool card, a major arcana card and one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. Actually, the Fool is my favorite card. The Fool represents the beginning of the beginnings. The Fool is the 0 card, the first card in the deck, and it represents, again, beginnings, but the start of new beginnings, the breath you take before the first step. This is also a carpe diem sort of card. The Fool is all about enjoying every step of the journey. For the Fool, it's all about the journey itself, not the destination. If there was advice attached to this card, it would be to not be so goal oriented and so destination focused, which Taurus, being the lovely earth sign that you are, you can tend to get a little too focused on the goals and forget to enjoy the steps along the way as well. The Fool card represents being at the beginning of something before you've actually taken the first step. This can represent an idea you're getting, or kind of for those of you for whom this is going to resonate as job, career, business sort of reading, because I'm picking up more of the Pentacles rather than anything else, although for some of you this may resonate as a love relationship reading. The energies can apply to a variety of areas. But this represents a new beginning in something, Taurus. The Fool has, and it also represents a sort of faith and confidence in the steps that you're taking and in the path that you're on, which the Fool is kind of a pro at doing. The Fool enjoys every step of the journey. For him, it's all about appreciating the little things along the way. So again, if there's advice on that, it would be to Not be so destination focused, so goal oriented in this, to set your goals, which it's always a good idea to do, particularly when it comes to the tangible world of money, finance, jobs, business, that sort of thing. But the Fool knows that he's going to reach his destination, that he's going to meet his goals at the time he's supposed to, in the manner that he's supposed to. He is more focused, again, on enjoying every step of the journey. It's an absolutely beautiful card. It represents new beginnings. And the fact that it's a major arcana card represents a significant life shift or a life change of some kind, or this thing that's coming in, Taurus, which looks like it's going to affect your tangible world, represents the new beginning of you for something. And for a larger portion of you, I actually feel like this is a hard-won kind of something's coming in that you've really fought for a long time, or you've been hoping for a long time, and it's finally come to fruition. I'm getting the sense that the beginning part is coming to fruition. I'm actually getting the sense that for quite a lot of you, there's been kind of a sense of hardship that I think has been beginning to ease for you, particularly in the last month. I know for the February mid-month readings, stumbling over my words today, Taurus, sorry. For the February mid-month readings, you had the most extraordinary amount of major arcana cards I think I've seen in a single reading, and it was quite profound and quite impactful. And I feel like the time period that you've been going through up until then, which I think for a lot of you has been quite challenging and quite difficult, and for some of you even quite painful, is easing up. And I feel as if the energies of God, Spirit, the divine, whatever your spiritual foundation is, has come in to help affect these changes and bring about the right circumstances, the right people at the right time. This Fool card is paired with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles, the element is that of Earth, and Pentacles is a suit that which is your element, Taurus, and Pentacles is a suit that represents things in our earthly, tangible environment, things we can see and touch and feel, things like money, finances, resources, property, job, assets, things like that. And I feel, Taurus, in the month of March, and again, I feel like this kind of began in February as well, something is being brought to you, and I feel it's this new beginning paired with this Fool card. There's a new beginning for you that has something to do with your tangible world, and it's the beginning of something that it looks like you're going to be building on for quite some time, the foundation of something. And for some of you, I feel like it represents the end of part of the journey that was very difficult and challenging for you. For some of you, this is going to represent a job. Perhaps some of you have been unemployed and you've just gotten hired, or you're just starting a new job, and it really has the potential to lay the foundation for a really good future in this job. For some of you, it's going to represent switching career paths. For others, it's going to represent the struggling to begin a new business, and you're finally starting. You finally pull the resources and the people together, and you're actually finally starting. For some of you, your overall card is a Six of Swords too, which is the card of moving from troubled, turbulent waters into more serene waters. It's also a card that indicates travel. So for some of you, this can mean a long-awaited trip, or perhaps a house move of some kind. But whatever it is, Taurus, it looks like in the month of March, this new beginning is finally being brought to you. Knights are the bringers of the tarot deck, and they usually come in fairly fast, even though the Knight of Pentacles, out of all four of the Knights, is probably the slowest. Not that this is going to be slow. Knights usually represent a fair amount of speed, but very responsible, very grounded. It's a very earthy, rooted sort of energy. So again, whatever this new beginning is, it's the very beginning of it. But because it's a major arcana card, it represents something very significant and very profound. It's not just a small beginning. This is something that I feel like the foundation is going to be, you're going to be laying a rather large foundation, something that's going to continue for quite some time, be built on for quite some time. And because you also have the Ten of Pentacles in your reading, I feel like it's something that's not only going to benefit you and your tangible physical world, but that of your family, or your loved ones, the people closest to you in your sphere, or perhaps people that you provide for. And again, I'm getting kind of a finally kind of feeling. So I think for the larger portion of you, although this is going to resonate differently depending on what's in your natal chart, I think for the larger portion of you, this has been quite a journey, and you've ended one part of the journey, and now the manifestation of the reality of what you've been waiting for, trying to build, is actually here and beginning. So awesome. Now, on or around the second week of March, we have Temperance, another beautiful major arcana card, and the Star card. Beautiful, beautiful major arcana cards. The Star and the Fool are my favorite cards in the deck because they're all about beginnings, hope, and faith. So Temperance. Temperance represents temperance. It represents patience, harmony, balance, moderation. It can represent holding opposite extremes in perfect balance and perfect harmony, having that kind of rooted, grounded, I know I'm on the right path sort of feeling that keeps you steady, even if things on the outside appear to be rather chaotic. You can see that this woman is balancing fire and water, and she's just holding these things in perfect unison and perfect harmony. This is a card about wholeness and integration as well. And I think, Taurus, that whatever this new beginning is, that looks like it's going to have such a profound and long-lasting, beautiful effect for quite some time to come, is one that's going to, it has, and again, I'm looking at that Ten of Pentacles, which represents the incredibly successful but kind of step-by-step building up of the foundation of something. And I feel like this new beginning is finally here. You're beginning a new leg of the journey, and it's one that's going to require some patience too. The advice of the Temperance card is kind of slow and steady wins the race. Balance, moderation. Just this is going to be a path that you just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other, meeting your goals and moving forward. It's a beautiful card to have, and it's one I think that resonates for you quite well. Being an Earth sign, and you know, some of the personality traits of the Earth signs are about being practical, grounded, realistic, reliable, responsible. Um, just a very rooted, grounded sort of feeling. So I think that the Temperance card is calling for you to draw on the best of those capabilities which you already possess. And the Temperance card is paired with the Star card, which is a beautiful card. If I could attach one word to this card, it would be faith, or faith and hope, which is what the Star card represents. And it also represents having an almost childlike sense of faith and confidence in your path, and in the fact that the wheel is beginning an upswing turn for you. I'm fond of saying the wheel is always turning. Sometimes, depending on our perspective, it can appear to be on the upswing for us when things are going well, and sometimes it can feel like it's on the downswing when things are going not so well, but it's always turning, and it's really all about our perspective, which again is what the Temperance card points to. So the Star card represents hope, faith, peace. There's a strong sense of restoration and healing about this card, Taurus. And again, I feel like there's just kind of a finally sort of feeling about this new beginning that's starting for you this month, or that's finally beginning, is one that, again, I feel like you've been waiting for a long time, working for a long time, hoping for a long time. And the Star card is all about having faith in that. You can see that the woman on this card is unreservedly and with complete confidence pouring her pictures out into the water with complete faith and confidence that her pictures are going to be refilled because the source is limitless. This is a card about faith. Whatever your connection is to, whatever your spiritual foundation is, this is about having faith and the hope and promise that life is beginning to get better for you, that whatever situation you've been struggling with, and I think for more than half of you, this is a tangible thing you've been struggling with. Perhaps money's been really tight, perhaps you've been out of work, or you've just been pinching pennies and sacrificing to pull together the resources to begin something new, perhaps a new business. Or again, for some of you, this is going to represent an actual physical move to a new house or apartment. But the Star card is about having faith and hope that better times are not only are coming, but they're actually beginning for you. I often see this card pulled for people who've been through kind of a long, hard slog of something, and they're just kind of coming out of it. People who've been maybe through a really bad breakup, and they've gone through the healing process, and they're finally starting to look around and say, yeah, the sun is shining, I'm starting to feel better. People who've been through a long illness, and they're kind of just coming into that recovery period. The Star card is about beginning to feel better and beginning to have more hope and faith again that that life is taking an upward swing for you. So what a beautiful, beautiful message to follow this new beginning. It looks like, Taurus, This is going to require patience and moderation and holding yourself in harmony and integration, which again is the best of what you already possess. And the Star card is telling you to have hope and faith in this new beginning, hope and faith on taking these steps along the path. For those of you who are looking for something a little more love, relationship connected, I'm not getting a very strong feeling about that, but you can apply the same energies towards that as well. This could represent those of you who are maybe just entering into a relationship or entering another phase of an already existing relationship, or some of you who are in a currently established relationship who've been through maybe quite a difficult time. Maybe you've been through some counseling or something. It could represent entering finally a healing period in your relationship. But again, I'm feeling like for the majority of you, this is a more tangible sort of month. It's all about, you know, house, job, career, business, that sort of thing. But it looks to be quite beautiful. So have patience. This new path is beginning. It looks to be quite a beautiful one, and have a really good solid foundation. It's going to require some patience, but have hope and faith that you're on the right track. Now, on or around the third week of March, we have the Three of Cups, beautiful card celebration, with the World card. Again, a lot of major arcana cards for you again this month, Taurus. So the Three of Cups is it's the celebration card. Cups, the element is that of water, and Cups is a suit that points towards our emotions, our emotional landscape and atmosphere, both inner and outer. It's also a suit that can represent love and relationships. So again, for some of you, this may resonate as a new relationship or the healing of an established relationship, or the coming back together after a hard time. The Three of Cups is a card about celebration. It's also a card about spending time in the company of these people you really enjoy, that you feel really connected and grounded with. There's a strong social element to this card too. So perhaps after this new beginning, there are some of you who are going to be going out and partying, celebrating it, attending some events, just going out and having a good time. It looks like this new beginning may also represent, part of it may be, there may be a strong social theme to this new beginning, particularly those of you who are starting a new business that includes more than just you. Interacting with people at a new job, getting to know, if for those of you whom this resonates as an actual physical move, a relocation to a new home or apartment, a new location, this is going to represent getting together and getting to know the people in your new community. However it resonates for you, Taurus, this new beginning, there's going to be certainly a big cause to celebrate. And you're going to be interacting with a lot of people in a really fun and happy way. And these are going to be people whose company you really enjoy and that you feel really comfortable in, because you really, this new beginning represents a real triumph, a real success, a sense of achievement. And again, it feels like it's something that's been on the burner for quite some time. That Three of Cups is accompanied by the World card, another major arcana card. Significant shift this beginning, Taurus. The World card is about reaching a place of achievement over something. It represents triumph and success, and a sense of, an inner sense of self-empowerment because of everything that you've had to go through to get to the point that you are now. The analogy I like to use for the World card, Taurus, is having climbed to the top of a mountain, and you're at the very top, you're at the pinnacle. And it's not to say that there aren't other mountains to climb, there is. But for some reason, this mountain holds a particular significance for you. And the World card represents a kind of looking back over everything that you've gone through, the path that you've walked to get to where you're at, looking at all the triumphs and the defeats and the failures and the successes. You know, look, that's where I fell and broke my leg, and look, that's the place where I almost gave up, but I didn't. I kept on going. And it's about being at the top of that mountain and just kind of feeling everything that it took to get you there, and feeling such a sense of inner achievement and triumph and success at reaching this certain milestone or goalpost, if you will. So what a beautiful way to walk through this month. New beginnings, beautiful new beginnings, significant new beginnings, and it really represents the building of something quite large, and something that looks like it's going to be quite successful and prosperous for you in the long run. And it really is a cause for celebration. And again, cause for celebration because you've worked really hard for this, you've fought really hard for this. I just get kind of the feeling of sacrifices. You've made a lot of sacrifices. You've had to go without. There's a kind of a feeling of you've had to go without something. You've had to make sacrifices. You've just had to go without. I think for a lot of you, this is going to represent just some, financial. You've been under quite a bit of financial restrictions. And for those of you for whom this resonates as an actual physical location, the place that you're coming from was one that it really required a lot of patience for you to remain there and working towards getting somewhere better for yourself. So at or towards the end of March, we have the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Cups in reverse. So the Ten of Pentacles, again, that card that points towards our earthly, tangible world. The Ten of Pentacles is a card about prosperity, abundance, success, and in a way that really affects, again, your tangible physical environment. Tens also represent the end of cycles, something ending, the culmination of something, the coming full circle of something. There's also a very strong sense of family about this card too. This can represent family business, family money, family estates. For some of you, for whom this resonates as you're starting a new business, you've been working a long time, saving a long time, sacrificing to pull the money and resources together to begin a new business or some kind of new entrepreneurial venture. This is going to be, for some of you, this is going to represent a family business. And some of you, this is going to represent having gone through a hard time with a business and you're finally getting to the place where you're taking off in a new direction. For some of you, again, it's going to represent a new job. Whatever it is, the Ten of Pentacles assures abundant success and prosperity in this. Quite a lot of it, as you can see by all the pentacles spilling out of this chest, but in a step-by-step kind of longevity, health and longevity down the road sort of way. This isn't a card that I'm getting a very immediate feel on, although the beginning itself, the seeds of this look quite beautiful. But this says that you're building a very large and very rooted foundation for something. This is something that's going to be built on for quite some time. This is going to be a lasting thing. And again, the sense of family, it's going to benefit not only you, but those closest to you, whether it's your immediate family you're providing for, or other people you're providing for. It's going to benefit those in your sphere as well. It's a beautiful card, and it's got a very rooted, solid foundation sort of feel. This new path that you're starting, even though it's going to require some patience, is one that looks like it's going to pay off. And the health and longevity of whatever this is, Taurus, is going to be really, really beautiful, really abundant, really prosperous for you. And it's going to represent the end of a previous focus on what you've lost, what you didn't have, how much you were sacrificing. Because the Ten of Pentacles is also paired with the Five of Cups in reverse. So in the upright position, again, cups being that suit of our emotions, love, and relationships. In the upright position, the Five of Cups, I kind of call it the crying over spilt milk card. In the upright position, you can see this man is focused on the three cups that are tipped over and spilt on the ground next to him. But he's not paying attention to the two that are behind him, still upright, still full. In the upright position, this represents a focus, and I feel like an unhealthy, a bit obsessive focus on what you have, not on what still remains, because there are still some things there behind him, things that can be salvaged, still some beautiful blessings in his current environment. So in the reverse, Taurus, which is how this came up in your reading, whatever this new beginning is, again, it feels like you've been through a long, hard slog of something, and finally, your time is coming, and you're beginning a beautiful, bright new path, one that has beautiful, solid foundations. It's going to represent the end of this focus on negativity, the end of looking back in the past at what you've lost or what's been taken from you, because you now have something else to focus on, a beautiful, bright new beginning that's going to be lasting for quite some time to come. And your crowning card is the Six of Swords, which is the card that represents coming from troubled, turbulent waters into smooth, calm, and serene and peaceful waters. Not just in your tangible environments, but in your mental and emotional state as well. Swords, the element is that of air, and swords is a suit about our thoughts, our words, our ideas, our perspective, our mindset. It's a very cerebral and mental suit, and it's all about how we look at things, how we think. And the Six of Swords is about moving away from troubled, turbulent, anxiety-ridden times into smoother, calmer, more peaceful waters. For some of you, this can represent actual travel as well, or this new change is actually including a physical relocation as well. And it looks like the place that you're moving to is going to be beautiful, a cause for celebration, and you're going to be there for quite some time. And it's really going to benefit you and whoever it is that you're moving with, perhaps your family or your partner. But however it resonates, it looks like this month, Taurus, this beginning, this finally, we've gotten this beginning, things are moving in a forward positive motion, and it's representing, there's also a strong theme of restoration and healing and peace about this too, which corresponds to the Star card. It's all about hope and faith that everything that you've been through, everything you've invested on this path has been totally worth it. To keep going at it, keep going step by step. Remember to be grateful. Remember to focus on the things that you still have. Be grateful for what's brought you here. And it looks like it's going to be just again beautiful, bright new beginnings and healing and restoration as well. Whatever you've been through, Taurus, it's been worth it. It's been worth every sacrifice you've had to make. And look forward into the future because it looks like you're building a beautiful, bright one that's going to last for quite some time. So Taurus, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it has resonated for you and given you a little bit of clarity and insight. And hope is faith and faith as well because it's just such a lovely, bright reading. So I will see you in a couple of weeks, Taurus, for the March mid-month reading. For those of you who are interested in having a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more information and detail about what I do, the services I offer, and my contact information. And you can email me at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. So until I see you again at the mid-month readings, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, Taurus. I'll see you later.